Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, Cohort 7 Tech Trailers. Thank you for joining the general class. If you can hear me, let me know your name, your track, and where you're joining in from in the comment section. Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, please let me know where you're joining from and your learning track. Thank you very much. Good evening. Hi, Ozioma. Hi, Janet. Hi, Mary. Hi, Priska from Product Design. Hi, Odeshola. Hi, Elvina. Hi, Chidima. Thank you for joining us. We'll be starting soon. Sorry. Let's just wait for others to join. Hi, Kowana from UI UX. Hi, Rose from Webstarter. Hi, Juliet. Thank you for joining us and congratulations to all of you for making it this far in the cohort. It's not easy to get to this point, so I'm proud of all of you and we'll be kicking off very soon. Okay, thank you so much, ladies. I'm seeing all your beautiful names and your location and your tracks. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. We're going to be starting soon. If you can't hear me, please check your network because I believe I'm audible at this moment. Thank you so much, Victoria, Bature, Dilechi, Zainab. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be starting very soon. We need everyone to join in the next 2 minutes. We're going to kick off. So just be patient and wait for us to start. And yeah, don't go anywhere. Thank you. All right, ladies, without further ado, we're going to be starting now. So my name is Idonge Sizakpan. We met earlier at the onboarding webinar. I'll be introducing myself. My name is Idonge Sizakpan. If you can't pronounce my name, you can just call me ID. I'm the community manager here in HerTechTrail. And the aim of this general class is to put you through basic things that you're supposed to know as a learner in the academy through the guidelines, the regulations, and also to answer any questions that you might have. Answer any questions that you might have. So what we're going to be taking now is the consideration of rules and guidelines by the Academy Director, Claire Igwe. So if you can hear me, just drop your favorite emoji in the chat section as I provide Claire take us on some necessary things that we all need to know concerning the academic training and what to expect in it and after it. Thank you so much. Claire, can you hear me?
Hi, ID. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you so much. The floor is yours.
All right, thanks. Hi everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to share my screen. I know I talked about this. First of all, before I even go into what I want to say, I'd like to congratulate everybody here for coming this far. It's a step in the right direction, right? I'm going to be sharing something I talked about during the onboarding, but I think it's an important thing that we should reiterate. We will still, I think we have been sending a link to the academy guideline before now, but we are going to reiterate the guideline so that um, everybody will have it at the back of their mind. So I'll share my screen to show you the guideline. Just give me. Can you see my screen? ID, please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen clear.
Okay, thanks. All right, so these are some of the very important things that everybody here must know to be successful in the academy. So, one of the first things I'd like you guys to know is that all the assignments that you have, all the assignments that your coaches will give you throughout the cohorts, you should try to submit it on or before the due date. The reason why we say you should submit all assignments is that every mark that every grade that you get will contribute to your overall average at the end of the day. So it is important that you actually do every assignment that you are given. Don't feel like this week I will do this assignment, next week I will not do this assignment. I promise you, many times that would lead to you getting less than 70%. And if you get less than 70%, you will most likely not graduate. Not most likely, you will not be able to graduate if you get less than 70% average. So it's important that you do all your assignments so that they will contribute to your overall average. Again, being absent consecutively for 3 classes without filling the absence form would be a reason, can be a reason that will remove you from the program. The reason is because we set up live classes so that you guys can um, learn as the coach is teaching. So it's important that you attend that class. Imagine the coach being in class and then students are no more than a class that is supposed to be up to 100 students. Students are no more than 20. That can be like it can deter the coach from always being in class on time. So it's important that everybody show up in class. Something might happen in your life to prevent you from coming to class. That's why we have the absence form that you will fill if you know you are going to be absent from class. But we don't expect that this is something that will happen every week. So it's important that you understand that you come to class as prompt as you should. That's the one of the biggest rules that we have in the academy. Another thing is this isn't really a rule, but it's something that should help you, that should ginger you to do better. Every week, top students in each track will be recognized and rewarded with data support. So what we do is after you have been graded every week, your coach will recommend someone as the best student for that week, and the best student for that week would have to best student for that week would have to have gotten a good mark. They would have had to submit the assignment first, gotten a really good mark, and also be active in the community and in classes. That will help to, make you the best student for that week. And to receive certification, this part, I really really need you guys to listen to this, but this is an extremely important part of this whole thing that I'm talking about. Not everybody, you are not going to receive certificate from HerTechTrail just because you attended the HerTechTrail Academy. That's not a thing that will make you receive certificate. what will make you receive a certificate is if at the end of the cohort, you get up to 70% average. We calculate all the assignments that you have done, and then we find out that, okay, this person got up to 70% average, and person did all the assignments. These are the things that would make you get your certificate. I know some people are wondering, would I just get a certificate just because I'm in HerTechTrail? I hope this clarifies it for you, that you're not just getting a certificate because you have enrolled into HerTechTrail. You're getting a certificate because you truly worked for it. And that's a reason enough to be proud when you get the certificate, proud enough to showcase it on LinkedIn or Twitter, wherever you prefer. Like I said, this would still be sent to you, but it's important to note that for you to get certificate, you must get up to 70% average. Also, the overall best graduating students would always get a reward. At the end of the cohort, there is usually an overall best graduating student. These overall best graduating students can come from any track. So you should take this serious, because at the end of the day, you would get a reward if you are the overall best graduating student. We still reward students who are not overall best, but they are best in each of their tracks. So even if you don't get overall best, you should try to, even if you don't get overall best, you should try to get uh, the best for your track. You should try to get the best for your track. Another very, very, very important thing is Slack is our tool of communication. I know we are using WhatsApp during this onboarding, but after the onboarding, we will no longer have communications on WhatsApp. Sorry, this is a mistake. We will no longer have communications on WhatsApp. We'll have communications on Slack only, Slack and Google Classroom, right? So immediately after this onboarding, what that means is that immediately after this onboarding, most of the admins that you send messages to on WhatsApp, it is best that you contact them on Slack. And it's also important to note that even if you want to say if you want to ask an admin a question, or you want to say something to them, it is best you do that by sending a message instead of trying to call the admin, right? Just send a message, be it on WhatsApp during this onboarding period, and after the onboarding period on Slack, just send a message to the admin, and they will most likely respond within 24 hours. Another thing is this. So I'm going to just basically tell you the steps that you would follow in the academy. So after the payment for the fitness test, within 24 hours, you will most likely get an invite to the Google Classroom. And then when you get an invite to the Google Classroom, if you have already joined Slack, the Slack community, if you have already joined it, you would most likely get added to your private Slack channel. Now, to be added to your private Slack channel, it's important that you join the general Slack community. This evening, a link was sent in the Google Classroom. That link is for you to join the general Slack community if you have not joined. So you should check. That's one of the last messages that you will see in your Google Classroom. Check the Google Classroom, join with the link if you have not, and that will enable us to add you to your private Slack channel. And these are the places that we communicate in. We communicate using Slack, especially the private Slack channel. Anything that concerns your academy, your learning experience in HerTechTrail, we'll communicate it using that private Slack channel and the Google Classroom. These are the two places that will communicate the most important information. So it's important that you are always checking your mails from the Google Classroom, and you are checking the Slack channel for any announcements that will be made. And yeah, like I said, if you have not joined the Slack community, you need to do that, because that's the only way that we can add you to the Google Cloud, to this private Slack channel. One of the final things I would like to say is this. So this has always been an issue. Someone's name might be Grace in the Google Classroom, and their name on Slack might be Joy, or even Grace John might be their name in the Slack channel. They are using another picture on Google Classroom. They are using another picture on Slack. It makes it really, really hard to find out who the person is. If we are going to, if you have different names, it's important that you have your official names on your Google Classroom, on your Google, because then it will reflect in the Google Classroom. Your Slack, your images can be the same. Your emails, on the email you use to join Slack, the email you use to join Google Classroom should be the same, because this would help us know that you are the one. You are not the only, for example, you are not the only Claire Igwe. I might not be the only Claire Igwe on the HerTechTrail community. So when someone searches Claire Igwe, if they see my face, it makes it easier for them to recognize me, even if there are other Claire Igwes. So it's important that what you have reflects everywhere. And since this is even your professional setting, this is your career you are working on, it's important that you have a name that you can be recognized with. You don't have a different name on Slack, a different name on what's on Google Classroom. Another thing is, please use your real name. Don't use is Miss Claire. That doesn't show your professionalism at all. Don't use that kind of name. Use your real name on the Google Classroom and Slack and everywhere else your professional name appears. That is basically what I will be talking about today. I hope you have gotten a lot of the things that I have said, and I hope that you would thoroughly read the academic guidelines, because I promise you it will help you throughout your journey if you know the do's and the don'ts of the academy. Once again, congratulations to everybody. I'm happy to have you here, especially the UI UX students. I'm happy to have you here. Congratulations and welcome to HerTechTrail Academy. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you so much, Claire. You said especially the UI UX students, but I'm really glad to have everyone here with no specialty to any track, no offense. So I'll be allowing you to introduce the coaches. They're a big part of this journey, and they play a huge role in the story of these students. So I'd like you to introduce the coaches and also to pass the mic to them to say a few things about themselves and to encourage the students as well.
All right. So I'll be starting with the data analytics track. I'll be starting with the data analytics track. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm starting with data analytics track. The coaches that you would meet in the data track would be, the first person would be Coach Wofi. I'm guessing everybody already knows that, but Coach Wofi, if you're here, just briefly introduce yourself to your students.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hello, students. Good evening. Hope you're all doing well today. My name is Wofai Ayung, and I'll be taking the Cohort 7 Data Analytics Starter Track. It's really great to have you here. You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay. The next coach that you'll be having, thank you, Wofai. Thanks for that. Next coach that you'll be having in the data analytics track would be Coach Ima. Hi, Ima, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, good evening, everybody.
I'm a new coach. I'm going to be taking in cohort 7, data analytics. That's our track. I'm happy to be joining you guys, and I can't wait to embark on this exciting journey with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Coach Ima. The next coach that you'll be meeting in data analytics will be Coach Victor.
Hello, please confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, good evening, all. I'm Victor Somadina, and I'll be taking the Python track in the data analytics um, part of the cohort of the tutorial. We welcome all of you to this tutorial, and I can't wait to see you all. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Victor. All right, there are two more coaches that you'll be meeting. They are not here at right now, but you'll be meeting them in the course of your learning. Coach GB and Coach Coach GB and Coach Joshua. Both of them, you'll be meeting them during the course of your learning in data analytics. All right, so moving on from data analytics, the next track that we'll be talking about will be front-end development, web development track. The coaches that you'll be meeting, the first person is the mama of front-end development, Coach Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maggie, can you hear me? I'm guessing Maggie can hear me at this moment. The other coaches that you'll be meeting in the web development track, they are currently not here, but you'll be meeting Coach Jesse, you'll be meeting Coach Daniel, you'll be meeting Coach Nkem Dilim. These are the coaches that you'll be meeting in the front-end development track. Please confirm you can hear me. ID, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Claire.
Okay. So these are the coaches that you'll be meeting in the front-end development track. And the next track I would like to call, that will be the product management track. So this track is special. It's special because the general overseer of HerTechTrail is a coach in this track. So that's why this track is really special. Okay, so the coach that will be, one of the coaches that will be taking the product management track will be Coach Gloria. Hi, Gloria, can you hear me? Can you guys still hear me? I think.
Yes, yeah, Gloria, we can hear you. Just go on.
Okay. I think Gloria is currently not available. So apart from Gloria, the other coaches that you would meet in product management, you would meet Coach Anne. You would meet Coach Anne. Okay, Anne is here. So Anne, please go ahead. Coach Anne is the next person in the product management track.
Hi everyone, good evening. It's good to have you all here. I'm Anne Ejiago. Some of you have met me already. I'll be coaching the product management starter track, and I'm also the community lead for the product management community. I've met some of you, and I'm sure some of you know me already. So it's good to have you all here. Happy learning.
All right, thank you. Thanks so much, Anne. The other coach that you'll be meeting in product management would be Coach Emanuela. These are the coaches that you'll be having in product management for now. The next track we would be moving to would be the graphics design track. You'll be meeting Coach Esther in the graphic design track. Hi, Esther, are you here? Oh.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Esther Akodu, and I'll be teaching graphic design for cohort 7 alongside other people. So it's nice to have everyone here. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Esther. The next person that you have the next coach that you have in your track will be um Coach Victory. Coach Victory, are you here?
Good evening, everybody.
Okay, good evening.
Is there a pattern to the introduction? I should just go ahead and
No,
introduce myself.
just your name and the track you're taking. Any other thing you want to add?
Okay, I think a lot of you must have met me already because I've been able to attend to a few of you. My name is Victory. I am that Canva Pro. I will be taking you on graphics design through the training. So it would be nice to meet the people that I haven't met before. So let's get to have a lot of fun doing this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Victory. All right. So the next track we'll be moving on to is the video editing coach. The video editing track. The coach that you'll be meeting for now would be Coach Faith. Coach Faith, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening, Faith.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Faith Etuk, and I'm the one that will be taking us on the video editing class. And yes, I will go through all our works, our fitness tests. I've seen everything, and yes, I'll be on board to take us through the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Faith. Okay, the next track we'll be going to will be the digital marketing track. The digital marketing track. Some of the coaches that you'll be meeting during this course. First person is Coach Prince. Hi, Prince, are you here? Okay, I'm guessing he's not here at this moment. The other coaches that you would most likely be meeting throughout the course of the cohort would be Coach Tolani and Coach Kende. These are the coaches that you'll be meeting throughout the cohort. The next track that we'll be looking at will be the product design track. The product design track. The coach that will be taking the product design track is Coach Alex. Coach Alex, are you here? I'm guessing Coach Alex is not here right now. But on his behalf, I'm going to welcome every product designer in the cohort. Welcome. I'll most likely also be assisting him. So welcome to the cohort, and I wish you happy learning. The last, but definitely not the least track, I hope I haven't missed any track, would be the UI UX design track. And Coach Mide will be one of the coaches taking the UI UX design track. I don't think she's here at this moment. So I would also be taking the UI UX design track. I'm welcoming you guys once again, and I promise we are going to have the best time in the UI UX track. It always happens, and it will happen this time around. Welcome, everybody. I wish you happy learning and a smooth learning process. Welcome, and thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you so much, Claire. So I also like to add that if you are in marketing or any design track and also product management, you can reach out to your community leads. If you have any issues, they'll introduce themselves to you later in your various community channels on Slack. So we're moving on to the learning tools breakdown by Miss Gloria Ojuku, who is the founder of HerTechTrail and also a product management coach. Miss Gloria, are you ready for this?
Thank you, ID. Can you hear me? Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me from the audience. Just let me say hi on the chat box. Can you hear me? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. So I think YouTube has some kind of lower volume. So if you can use your headset or earpiece or something, right? So that the volume will be very much okay for you. So actually before I start, I want to say very big congratulations to all of you that got into this stage. It's going to be a very long journey, and although it's very long, but before you know it, it will be over. So yeah, it's long and short at the same time, and it's going to be amazing as well. So brace yourselves and get ready. So before I go into showing you what you're going to be using for the cohorts, in the course of your cohorts, I'm going to say some things, right? Some really, really important things. So please, if you're on this call, try to pay attention to what I'm about to say. So firstly, um, how do I say this right now? So firstly, right, I know a lot of us are excited, you're very eager to start learning, you're eager to, get your certificate, right? But I know that there are two sets of people here. One set is the people who are basically looking out for certificates, right? And the other set is made up of people who want to actually gain the relevant skills. These skills are really in demand, right? Highly in demand. So these are the two sets. So it's if you actually can pay attention, you know the set you should be belonging to, right? So HerTechTrail is not a certification body. HerTechTrail is HerTechTrail Academy is not a certification body. HerTechTrail Academy is a body that equips women in tech or equips Black women with tech skills, tech and digital skills. We are not a certification body where you come and register and get a certificate. But when you get these skills, right, and you can show for it, you can actually defend that you can actually defend the knowledge that you have gained, the skills that you have gained, then you can get the certificate at no cost. Does that make sense? So this is the difference. We are not a certification body because I know one set of people here is basically made up of people who want to just get certificates. So if you're here to just get certificates, I'm here to tell you that we are not a certification body. We are a body that equips Black women with tech or digital skills. And at the end of you gaining these skills, right, what you're going to use to prove to the world that you actually gained these skills, if you can defend it, is the certificate, right? So, and it comes at no cost. So, this is one thing I want to say. Then, secondly, I think there's a problem with digital, not the digital, but there's a problem with, I don't know, people reading, right? I think someone says that if you want to hide something from people, put it in a book, right? But we have made it in such a way that we don't just put it in a book, we keep sharing it because we don't just want to hide information from you. I think Claire has done justice of, sharing most of these important things, right? But we also have another two set of people here, the people who are going to say that they didn't hear these things, probably at the end of the cohort, right? And the people who would know that, okay, we have been hammering and emphasizing on these things, right? So please, information is your friend, right? Now, we are not here to pamper you, right? We are not here to, spoon feed you. We are here to guide you. Your coaches are here to guide you. The academy is here to guide you. I believe everybody here is an adult. I think in one of our cohorts, we had like a teenager. But I believe not just like a teenager, but a teenager that was less than 18. But I believe everybody in this cohort, like everybody here is like an adult. You're more than 18 years or you're up to 18 years and you understand things, like you understand basic, things that an adult should understand. So it's really important that you know what you're doing, right? Don't join the crowd to say, oh, I want to become a Texas because you feel like it's trending. That is not what we are looking out for here. We are looking out for people who are really eager to get a tech skill, right? If you want to bear the name a Texas, that's an additional stuff. But the main thing is that you can actually get these skills and you can use it for yourself, either in your business, in your career, anything that you're doing. Now, tech has numerous advantages. I think we're able to tell you most of the advantages of tech in your first onboarding, right? But tech is something that will change your life. And when I say change your life, I don't mean financially, because a lot of people here are so focused on that part. That is just one of the things that will come with you learning tech as a skill. There's a whole lot of things that will change in your life when you actually, get to learn these skills. You naturally become smart. If you were smart, you naturally become smarter. You naturally become more logical in your thinking. You naturally become more rational, right? And basically, you become a better person. It's something that can change your life, something that can help you become a better person. Now, of course, you can make money from tech, but I would like to say that tech is not a get rich quick scheme, because this is the notion that some of you have. But I think I have debunked. Anybody who knows me knows that I always debunk that tagline that tech is gonna make you rich in 3 months, or in 2 months, or in 1 month. There are people who could get lucky to, I know some people who had gotten into tech, and luckily for them, after like 3 months, they got their first good paying job. But that's a miracle. That's really, really a miracle if you see someone who gets a very big job at the end of 3 months of learning a tech skill. What you should be looking out for is how you can get a skill that can last you for a lifetime. Because when you get this skill, nobody can take it away from you, right? If I have a MacBook, somebody can break into my house and take the MacBook from me. If I have an expensive car, someone can stop me by the road and take the car from me. But if you have a knowledge, nobody can take that knowledge away from you. And it is something that can help you for life until you leave this world, right? You keep seeing the effects of what you did. The knowledge I got in tech, more than I started learning about tech 11 years ago. And since then till now, I'm still utilizing the knowledge that I had gained. And I didn't just stop there. I'm still basically gaining more knowledge daily, right? I'm still growing in tech daily. So don't think that, okay, because you have joined tech or because you have started learning tech, immediately after 2 to 3 months, boom, you blow. You're a Nigerian, you understand what I mean? So you blow basically. So it doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work. If it is, you need to actually also know what you want to do with tech. Like I mentioned in our onboarding, tech is a tool. So it depends on you to know what you want to do with it. Some people just want to learn tech because they want an upgrade in their personality. If you can learn tech, you can become naturally smarter. Some people also get into tech because they want to build a career. So some people get into tech because they want to use the knowledge to expand their business. Those things are the things you should be looking out for. Because if you have that knowledge, if you have that mindset, definitely money is going to come, right? But if you put money in front of you, Even when you get the money, maybe after 1 year you get the money, you then leave because you have gotten what you came for, right? And if you came for money, right, also after 3 months, 6 months, you're not getting that big money, you will also be tempted to leave because you're not seeing what you came for, right? But if you have the right mindset, you stay on the course, you have a broad plan that, okay, in the after my first after this cohort, it's possible for you to get an internship. That is something that is very possible, and it is not a miracle that it is happening, right? This is something that is very common. So it's something that, but you still have to put in the work. Nobody is going to come and say, oh, come, you are a woman in tech, let me give you the job. No, you have to do the work, you have to put out yourself out, you have to put yourself out there, you have to showcase your skills and all of that. Then these opportunities will come looking for you, right? So what am I saying? Have the right mindset, have the right mindset, understand that this is a journey, right? There will be there will be a time, your first, let me say, if you're starting this as a new career, your first salary, right? You could have your first salary, right? Very small. You can even have your first job not paid. Maybe it's an internship position that is not paid. You can have your second, maybe job, maybe after 6 months, small. Maybe before 1 year, you can have, you know, a job that it's like 3 times your first salary. Then a time will come when you start getting salaries that is as big as times 10, times 20, times 50 of, that is when you start having your breakthroughs. But if you don't embrace the journey, if you don't embrace the experience, you're not going to get there, right? So it's really, really important that you understand the journey you're about to embark on. You understand the importance, the significance, and you know what you're actually trying to get into. Now, a lot of us, not a lot of us, a lot of you also, I know most of you here are graduates, some of you have master's degrees, some of you might be wanting to go into your PhDs. Now, the truth is that as you have come out, you have these degrees, right? But you have spent 4 to 5 years studying in the university, and then you come out. Some of you do not have jobs that you're actually happy with when it comes to finance, but you come into tech and then you want to get that big job after 3 months. I'm not saying you're going to wait till 4 years before you start making it big in tech. No, 4 years is a long time, right? But I'm just trying to tell you that don't take tech as nothing, because people feel like, okay, tech is, people respect degrees more than they respect learning skills. But in as much as, I'm not trying to compare them, but both of them are important. Don't say, okay, I can spend, some people are ready to spend thousands of dollars getting degrees, but they cannot spend as little as $20, $5 getting a tech skill. Now, I also want you to understand the importance of what you're doing right now, because I think this is really important. So what you're trying to do now, right? I want you to understand the worth of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to learn. I know you paid 5,000 naira for the fitness test. For those of you outside Nigeria, you pay $20. But I'm just telling you, and this is really, really, really important. What you're learning does not worth 5,000 naira. What you're learning does not worth $20. And what you're learning, you're not paying for what you are learning. I think, in this part of the world, English is like something huge. So it's really important that you understand terminologies. So when we say tuition is not, tuition is basically learning, right? So in the course of your learning, the tuition is actually what, because what you're learning is, so for some of you who have graduated from the starter track, you see that what you're learning is for 3 to 6 months. So we have divided it in such a way that if you want to, stop at the end of 3 months and get your certificate, you can do that. Because some people do not really want to go advanced, in something, you just want to, go stop mid-level, that's fine, you can get your certificate. But basically what I'm trying to say is that you are not paying for tuition. So when you go out there, don't say you paid for tuition. You paid 5,000 naira to learn tech or to learn data analytics. 5,000 naira cannot afford you to learn data analytics, right? Cannot afford you to learn data analytics. So what you basically like any tech skill that you're going to be learning from this academy, or even $20, depending on the country that you're in. So what you're basically learning, what you're basically paying for is your fitness test. Please get the difference. Don't go and tell people that you paid for tuition, or you go and say that you paid for tuition. A tuition is free, and basically nothing comes for free. Actually, let me just put it this way, in the sense that $700 that you see, some people have paid for it. Some people have done the work. So you're coming here based on scholarship. So you don't take it lightly that, okay, since this is 5,000 naira, I'm going to take it anyhow. Because for most of us, 5,000 naira is not a big money. It's something that some of you would use to eat in one day or in one square meal. For some of you, it might not even be enough for you, depending on your standard of living, right? So basically what I'm saying is understand the worth of what you're doing. I know a lot of you did not read, but it's really important that when you're into something, you find out the information about what you're trying to get into, right? In your application emails, a lot of these things were shared. Now, tech requires that you actually like naturally smart. I'm not saying the kind of Mark Zuckerberg kind of smart or the kind of Bill Gates kind of smart, but just the kind of smart that like an adult should have. So in the sense that there are some questions we don't expect you to ask. Remember I mentioned before that we are here to guide you. We are not here to pamper you. We are not here to spoon feed you. So for example, someone does not know what she's coming to learn. We ask you, what track are you in? You say you don't know. Or some of you will say data analytics. Then you will be asked, what is it, data analytics starter or data analytics pro? Some of you will say, what is starter, what is pro? You don't know what that means. But that was basically put in your application email. And you were asked, you were given the categories of each of these tracks and the requirements for each of these tracks. So for you coming to say that, oh, you don't know what starter means, you don't know what pro means, it basically means that you did not read. And these are like basic things you should know, right? If you're about to join something, you're joining a community, you're joining anything, the most important thing for you to do first is to understand how that community, how that organization functions, how they operate, what they expect from you, the requirements, right? That will now help your journey to become easier. Now, as of today, some people are still asking, should I be learning data analytics? Should I be learning UI UX? That means you did not make your research. You did not do your research. You're coming to do something, you don't know what you want to do. You don't know basically what a UI UX person, a UI UX designer should be doing, right? You're asking if you should be learning UI. We are not the ones to tell you what you should learn. You will know by yourself what you should learn. So this is just an instance, but we'll have really funny experiences of people asking questions that we believe that they should know. Now we have been emphasizing it, all the information that we have been sharing throughout last week till now, we have been saying it that for you to get your certificate, you have to score up to 70% in your cumulative average. Now, some people will not attend classes, some people will not do the assignments. And at the end of the cohort, you will see these very funny people coming out to say, after all, I paid 5,000 naira, I paid $20, and why can't you give me my certificate? I'm now saying it again. You're not paying for your certificate. You're not paying for your tuition. What you're paying for is for your test, and you had gotten that already. So if you feel like you want to continue the cohort and you want to get the best out of it, you have all the opportunities, you have the platform, and you have all it takes to get to that. Some people at the end of the course scores 90% as average, as their cumulative average. That's to tell you that 70% is really not on the high side for you to say, oh, it's too much that I can't get it, right? So basically what I'm saying is don't wait for someone to spoon feed you. Don't wait for someone to, pamper you, we are here to guide you. We are here to coach you the right way, but we are not going to pamper you. We are not going to, spoon feed you. I know that I sound I sound pretty much serious, but yes, I think the atmosphere and everything right now requires that we go this route because we know how funny people can be. Now, the funny part is that some people will not attend this onboarding. After this onboarding, people will still come and be asking questions that can be found in this onboarding. Now, we have said it severally, attend the onboarding. Now, I know we are adults and anything can happen. Something can happen. Your grandmother could have swallowed machete in the village, and that made you not to attend today's onboarding. That's totally fine because, circumstances take place. But when after today, you're supposed to go back because this video is here, is live, is on YouTube. You're basically expected to go back and watch it. Now, for people who missed it, we are going to share these links. But guess what? They would not watch it. They will not watch this onboarding, but they will keep asking questions that have been answered severally, asking questions that have been answered already. So please make the work easier for us because in as much as we are here to pamper you, also know the fact that we are all human beings and most of your coaches, in fact, all of your coaches here have jobs, like good paying jobs. They have their own shit going on for them, like they know what they are doing, but basically what they are doing here is because they have the passion to coach the next generation of Black women in tech. It's not because they don't have money to eat, or it's not because I don't know how to explain this, but basically what I'm trying to say is that make the work easy for everybody, make the work easier for your coaches, make the work easier for your community leaders. Don't think that anybody owes you anything because you paid 5,000 naira or because you paid $20. $20 is for your fitness test, and you had already written that. What is it called? 5,000 naira is for your fitness test, not for your tuition. You cannot get anywhere in the world 3 months, 3 to 6 months learning of a digital or tech skill, 5,000 naira. It is not worth 5,000 naira. It is for us in HerTechTrail Academy, it is worth $700. That is what you're getting for the scholarship, right? So I need to re-emphasize these things so that you understand the worth of what you're doing, because some people get to pay thousands of dollars getting into the university that even that degree is not paying is not paying your bills. But you're here to get a life-changing skill that can literally change your life in the next 1 to 2 years if you know what you're doing, right? But then you keep looking down on it because you feel like you paid 5,000 naira. So I'm going to keep emphasizing on that. This academy, this cohort does not worth 5,000 naira, right? Even the $700, it still does not worth it, because what tech is going to do for you after 1 year from now, a lot of you are going to come back with your testimonies, and that's when you're going to understand what you're going into today. Sometimes, no matter how I say it, you might not really understand. At maybe later time, that's when you're going to understand the worth of what you're trying to learn today. So that's basically that. So I think I've said a lot. Follow directives. Some of you, we've said, for example, during the onboarding, we said, if you have any questions, reach out to the admin on your WhatsApp group. But no, you prefer to do the opposite, right? So these are like instances of just do the right thing, just do what you're expected to do. Because as an academy, we have a system that we are following. So if you're told, ask an admin in your WhatsApp group, and you go and be asking people in the random channel. If you get an answer from the random channel, you're just lucky. maybe someone that really just wants to help you, because that person is not supposed to, is not put there to help you. Where the help is put, have been put, is in your WhatsApp group, right? And the WhatsApp group is just for your onboarding. Our primary mode of communication, as far as this cohort is concerned, immediately your cohort, kicks off, um, like in a good state, you're going to communicate. Your primary mode of communication will be the Slack channel and the Google Classroom, right? The Slack channel and the Google Classroom. Now, the rule is changing. So, but I know that after then, some people will still go back to WhatsApp and be asking questions. Then nobody will be on WhatsApp to ask you, to answer any of your questions. So the WhatsApp was for your onboarding. Immediately the cohort kicks off properly, you're going to have to ask your questions, because right now you have your coaches in your classroom, in your Slack channel. So if you submit an assignment and your coach gets back to you, the communication will happen in the Google Classroom, and then other random communications between you and your classmates and also your coaches will get to happen in your what is it called, in your Slack, right? So it's better, it's good. All these things I'm saying will still be like, after now you can rewatch these things. It's here, it's hosted live, and then we are going to still pass the guidelines and the terms and conditions. So many of you, some people, in fact, most people, when they write their terms and conditions, they hide it because they don't want you to see it. But we don't want a situation where you will say, oh, I did not know. That's why even in your application email, we sent you our terms and conditions. In your WhatsApp group, every day we send you our terms and conditions, because we don't want a situation where you come tomorrow and say, oh, I did not know. I did not know. But it was basically passed to you severally. It has been passed to you for the past 8 days. You have been passed that terms and conditions. So it's better you go back and read what's in that terms and condition. And no, we haven't put there that we are going to kill you or we are going to kidnap you. It is just basic things that you should know. That is what we have put there. But if you don't go and read it, right, you would not understand and you'll be working with the wrong information. It's better you go back and read it. It has been shared severally. Please go and read those things. They are really, really very important. So I think Claire has said this, our reward system, apart from the you learning, we have other numerous, other numerous, hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? ID, please let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so great. So we have other numerous reward system. For instance, we have the content challenge. So the requirement for you to be participating in the content challenge is that you must have graduated from the cohort, right? Or you must have passed through the cohort. So people who are currently undergoing the content challenge, like you don't need to be a graduate before you can participate, but you need to be in the academy. Either you're in the academy or you have graduated from the academy. So the content challenge is something that is not only for, I think the name makes you think that it's for writing, it's for writers. It's not just for writers. It's for you, basically, if you can be able to put out what you have learned in a way that somebody else can use it to do something, you're fit to join the challenge. And there are numerous advantages that come with you joining the challenge. You have the monetary prizes. I think the winner gets about $150, followed by $100 and followed by $50. And then you have opportunity to earn royalties anytime someone uses or someone gets that tool or that content, right? So that's one. You also have opportunity to win a laptop. So some of you are the lucky ones. And let me put it out again. It is not your right. What you came here to do is to learn these tech skills. All these other ones are additions, because some people can be really funny when they don't get these things. they take it another way. Oh, I didn't get a laptop. It is not your right, please. You did not pay for the laptop. It is just something that a lucky winner will get, right? Nobody gave us money to give you a laptop, right? It is just something that we want to do to encourage people who need these things. And it is basically the lucky person that gets it. Okay, so you can win the content challenge, you can get a laptop, you can get data. So for strategies of the week, you get opportunity to be rewarded with your weekly learning data so that you don't, spend that part of your resources, right? There are other opportunities. You can get an internship position at the end of your cohort and other amazing opportunities. So it's really better, it's really, really good that you pay attention to what we are doing. And the most important thing again is for you to learn and gain these skills. That is what we are here for. All these other things are just additional, benefits of you being in the cohort. Okay, so I'm going to go straight. Okay, I think I did mention the reward for what is it called? Okay, the reward for the best graduating students. I think, yeah, the overall best graduating student gets $200. Why the $200 and an internship, while the best graduating student from each track gets $20. I think Claire made a mistake when she was talking. It was supposed to be $20, right? So I don't know if all these things. Am I overloading you with information? I hope I'm not. Does it make sense? Of course, if you're not following right now, you can always come back to this call and rewatch the video and everything. Okay, so I'm going to go to the tools that we use. So first of all, the tools that we use are one, WhatsApp, Slack, Google Classroom, and then other tools depending on your track. For example, if you're learning product management, you're going to be using tools like Jira, you know, um, you're going to be using tools like Jira, Hotjar, SEMrush, and other stuff. If you're a digital marketer, you're going to be using tools like your email marketing stuff, but basically the tools I'm trying to introduce to you are tools that everybody will be using, irrespective of your learning track. So I've mentioned WhatsApp, and WhatsApp will be stopped as a Monday. We're no longer going to be using WhatsApp. WhatsApp is just for your onboarding, and onboarding is coming to an end. So from Monday, we are going to stop using WhatsApp. So for Slack, like I said earlier, is our primary mode of communication. So I'm going to share my screen now so you understand how Slack works. So now the thing is that this tool, Slack, if you really want to be a tech person, you should embrace using this tool. I know that some of you are not you're used to WhatsApp and Telegram. But if you get a remote job, right, what most companies use is that they're using Microsoft Teams or they're using Slack, and they function in the same way. I think Slack is even more user-friendly than Teams, right? So basically what I'm saying is that embrace this tool, because you cannot work remotely without knowing how to use Slack, for example. You cannot work remotely. If you don't know how to communicate, you will not be able to work in tech. Communication is like one of the soft skills that you need to excel in tech. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen, so just give me a minute. So some of you are complaining that you're not in the Slack channel, like you're not in your respective learning Slack channel. So that's because either you have not been added, and don't be in panic, because obviously we are going to carry everybody along. Between now and Saturday, everybody will be added to the Slack channel. It's coming in badges. That's why some people have not been added. But I know that most of the people have already been added. And then either that or you haven't joined our Slack community. So you need to be in our Slack community before you can be added to your respective Slack channels. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen right now? ID? Hello?
I can see your screen.
All right, great. Thank you, Faith. So this is what Slack looks like. So for you to, now, this is data analytics, for instance, okay? This is Data Analytics Pro, this is Data Analytics Starter. So if you're learning Data Analytics Starter, it means that you're going to be in this track. You're going to be in this channel and then other channels, because these channels are private channels, because you're learning digital marketing, you shouldn't be doing anything in this data analytics channel. Now we have the academy channels and we have the community channels. For instance, we have the Data Analytics Starter track channel and we have the Data Analytics community channel. So because the community is different from the academy, everybody is in the community, but not everybody is in the academy. And not everybody is currently learning in the academy, but everybody we have here are in the community. So you're in the community and you're learning, let's say, you're into the marketing field, you should be in the marketing community, right? Some people in this marketing community, they graduated from cohort 5, so they shouldn't be doing anything in cohort 7 digital marketing. You understand? So once you're added, you're going to see yourself here, and this is where you communicate with your coaches. Your coaches are here, your fellow learners are here. This is where you communicate with them, right? The same with other stuff. So the same way Slack, WhatsApp works, it's not really exactly the same way, but it's the same basics, right? You type your message. This is actually more intuitive for professional workspaces than WhatsApp. WhatsApp is more like casual based than Slack. Slack is more professional somehow. So for instance, if you're typing, you can tag your co-learners, you can tag and this is the tool, like I said, when you get a remote job, this is what you use. So it's really not hard. Just make sure you turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on important information or discussions, right? So that's that for Slack. Right. Okay. So the next tool that we use is going to be the Google Classroom. So I'm going to go into the Google Classroom now. So just give me 1 minute so that I can. Okay, I'm almost there. Just 1 minute. So some people do not know how to, excuse me, guys. Some people do not know how to submit their assignments. They don't know how to, they don't really know how the classroom works. So I'm going to be showing you those things right now, right? So trying to load. Can you see my classroom screen? Let me know, please, if you can see it. ID, can you see my screen?
Yes, Ma, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. Thank you. all of you know what you're doing in terms of that. So there are some people that when you see, if you see that the name is not fully highlighted, you know that this one has been invited, but she has not joined. And then they will go and be crying that, oh, I've not gotten access to my classroom. Meanwhile, the email has already been sent to you. So ensure that you have your real name here, because it will help us to prepare your certificate properly, and also ensure that the name here is the name on your Slack. Don't bear Sexy4 blessing on Slack and then you're bearing blessing Anyanwu on your Google Classroom, or you're bearing one slick name like that on Slack, and then we can't find you on Google Classroom. Ensure that the name, is the same and the face is also the same. So just go to your Google account and update your profile image, and do the same for your Slack, right? So hope I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, so that's that for the Google Classroom. So now for your classwork, I haven't talked about that. So when you're giving an assignment, you're going to see it here. So all your class folks are going to be here. Okay, and you're going to be seeing the due date. So the due date for your fitness test was supposed to be yesterday, but we are going to extend it because some people were added today. So we are going to extend it to Friday night, 11:59 p.m. So between now and tomorrow, you should have done your fitness test. That's the due date. Remember, one of the guidelines says that you need to have done your assignment on or before the due date. Now, if I come here, I will still see that, okay, I did not sign in as an admin, so I will not see the people who have submitted. So ensure that, when you open your work, you read the instruction. Don't just jump in and start doing it. Read the instruction. As you can see, this fitness test comes with a video. You need to watch this video so that you can easily attempt the fitness test. So when you're done, you're going to, how you submit it, you're going to click here. Right? You're going to click, if you want to submit your work, click view instructions, and then mark as done. Okay? That if you have done it, you mark it as done, and you have submitted. And it is already showing that I turned it late. I turned it late because it was supposed to have been done yesterday. Okay, so if you feel, let's say your coach gave you some feedbacks and you need to redo it, you cannot submit it and then do it and then come back and submit it again. So this is basically what it's all about. Now, also, I think I missed something. Before you submit, before you mark as done, ensure that you actually submit the deliverables. Don't just come here and click mark as done, because if you click mark as done, your work is going to be showing empty. You've said you've done it, but you did not submit anything. So ensure that you either click this button first, and then you submit your deliverable. So if one of your deliverable is, say, a Figma link, you submit the link. If it's a file, you submit the file. Most of the times it's going to be links, right? Even if it's a Google Docs, it's still a link. You can still have a link. So you just click here and then make sure you submit that link. So let's say this is my link, right? I'm going to put the link here, but this is not a valid link. I'm just giving an instance. Make sure you put it here and then add the link, right? When you have added the link, you're now going to turn it in. So don't just say mark as done. If you mark as done, you're not going to, your work is going to be empty. Make sure you create or add it here, and then you come here. There are some assignments that require that you have like up to 5 links. You can put all those links inside one main link and then submit the main link, and then you turn it in. So that's that basically. So once you have done this, you will see that your work has been turned in. Remember when I did it the first time, this link was not showing, but now I have turned in my work. And then when the coach gets to the back end, he or she is going to see it, and then he's going to grade you. So this is how it works. I know some people like, okay, I think these UI UX people, their head is all right. So you see, some people will come here and drop the link, right? You're not supposed to drop the link as a comment, because that way you have not submitted any work. For your work to be submitted, you have to go through these routes that I just showed you. Okay, so that's that basically on the Google Classroom. Other things that you might need to know for the Google Classroom are the stream. So the stream is basically where announcements are passed. So the stream, when you scroll down, you're going to see all the information. Like this one says, "Hi everyone, if you're yet to join the Slack community, blah 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 blah." This is an information. So ensure you don't miss out any of this information. And the good thing about this classroom is that any information, any update that is done here, you get the notification on your email. So you don't get to miss out, right? So, and also ensure the email that you have gotten, email that you used to set up your Slack and your Google account, is the same one you used to apply. Okay, so everything is uniform. So if you scroll down, you see all the information. You see your classmates saying hi. But this is not like where you get to chat with your classmate. That's better done on the Slack room. Okay, so that's that for Google Classroom and the the Slack channel. So I'll be stopping here for now. Let me know if there are any questions, any confusion, right? We are going to be taking your question in the next 5 to 10 minutes before we call it a day. So ID, over to you. Over to you. You can take the questions.
Okay, no problem. I'll be looking at the chat box, but right now I can't view the comments.
Okay, so no, I can't. Let's just wait for a while. DJ, you can give us a slight music. If we don't see any questions, I know a lot of you have questions, right? But maybe because of the nature of this class, we might not be able to take questions. But let's just wait a little, maybe 2 minutes. While we wait for that, DJ, please give us a slight music, a light music rather. So after now, we are going to drop this link to this. So if you miss it, you can always come back and rewatch it. Okay, and then if you have any questions, for now, you can still be asking if you have any question that is related to your onboarding, you can ask that on your WhatsApp group to any of the admins. But if you have any question that is related to your learning track, let's say you're trying to design something on Figma and it's not working, the right person to ask that question is your coach, not the admin, because the admin might not be a UI UX designer, might not be knowledgeable to answer that question. So the right person to ask that question is a coach. A time will come when you start asking your classmates, because on your roadmap, you're going to have a time where you get to start collaborating with your classmates. You're going to start forming peer learning groups with your classmates. But for now, just ask your coach. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Let's see if we'll see any questions, because YouTube can be funny sometimes. Sometimes the comments might not drop immediately. So or let's say if you have a question, you can go to Slack channel, and please ensure that the question you're asking is not something we have been passing as an information over and over again. For example, we have said that if you have not been added to your classroom, if you have not been added to your Slack channel or your classroom, just don't panic, you'll be added. So if your question is, when will I be added? We will not take that. We want questions that we didn't put it in the FAQs, or we haven't answered that question before now, right? So we have a document that has our FAQ, our terms and conditions, our guidelines. We expect that you must have read that by now. So all the questions that we want to entertain are questions that we haven't answered before. Let's say you have a unique issue, and now I think some people outside Nigeria are having issues paying. They really want to join, but they can't join because of the payment issues. I think we have collected your emails and we have sent you emails. Please look out for the conversation on that so that we can follow up with that. Okay, so if you have a question, please go to the random channel, and leave a question there. Right, I think that's the best place because YouTube is acting funny right now. So we can take one or two questions. So, like I said, fitness tests, you've not been added. Those ones are things that we are not going to leave anybody behind. So, if you're in that category, don't even panic. You don't have any cause to panic. We are going to add everybody before Saturday because your first class is on Saturday. So, don't panic about that, okay? So, someone says on my page for the fitness test, the video is not showing, it's just the test. Please, how do I go about that? Now, there's a way Google Classroom acts. So if, okay, see what we are going to do. We are going to update because some videos were uploaded on the stream. So we are going to upload all the videos to your classwork. So you have that inside your classwork. Right, so just after now, just head to your classwork. You're going to see the video because some of them were added on the stream. So as people are making new posts, it's going down the timeline. So you have to go and search through the timeline before you get to see it, but it is there, right? But if that's not a very good experience for you, don't worry, we are going to update that we are going to put that on the classroom, on the classwork tab rather, okay? So someone asked me last week if digital marketing is a tech skill. Of course, digital marketing is a tech skill. Now, like I said earlier, digital marketing can be shallow and it can be deep depending on how you want to learn it. Now, for someone who uses digital marketing, like just social, like say Facebook, you know, the person is different from someone who understands advertising, who understands funneling, for conversion funnels and all of that. There are some. I'm a product manager, but sometimes I use Google Analytics. There are some things I even want to set up. I will even have to go and set it up with some codes. I also have a background in programming. So the thing is, depending on the level you want to get to it, right? So it's a tech skill. Any skill that you can utilize in the tech industry. Don't allow anybody to tell you that, oh, it's only programming that is a tech skill, and then they try to make you feel less of yourself. That is not a thing. Just know that if you're here, you're on the right path. Every tech here has the tendency of fetching you thousands of dollars every month, depending on how good you are in that particular skill. Okay, so someone says, Magali, international student in UX UI track. Is it possible to have another alternative to paying with Coinbase, please, such as PayPal? Okay, so this person really wants to join, right? But the payment issue. So right now, Nigerian PayPal is not working in Nigeria, but definitely we are going to find an alternative. Most of the international students have actually been, have actually joined, but the people that are remaining, we are really trying to find alternatives because your card is not working via the link that we are using. So we are going to see how we can sort that out tomorrow, right? And you're going to stay updated on that, right? So just keep your ears to the ground. Okay, so someone says, is there a way to check if one has submitted assignments if the person is not sure? Yes, if you're not sure, right? You come to your, okay, I'm not sharing my screen. You come to your Google Classroom, right? You go to your classwork. And then if you come here, you're going to see that I've already turned my work in. So it's showing turned in late. But if I go there, let me go back there and I'm going to submit it now. So you see that if I go back to my classwork, it's now showing missing because I've not submitted. So if your work is not there, you're going to be seeing it there that, oh, it's missing. Okay, if you have turned it in, it's going to be showing turned in. If you did it late, it will be showing you turned in late. So that's that. So someone says, is there a way to check if one, okay, yeah, I think I just answered that question. So please, how can I submit my assignment with links? I think I just explained that. You come here, you choose whether it is a file or a link, but most of your submissions, I think, will be done with links, right? So it can be a file, it can be, now these other things are basically still links because a Google Docs is a link, right? So this one is you creating it, but the link is you have already created it, but you want to submit it via the link, right? So if it is a file, so the file is that, let's say it's in your local system and you want to submit it, but because your coaches are not in the same local environment as you, so it will be definitely linked. So let me see. Okay, I have not watched your video. I don't know what the deliverable is, but I think it's definitely going to be a Figma link that you'll be needed to that you need to submit, right? So, and there are some links that if you submit, you need to go and give your coach access. Either you give your coach access or you make it public, right? So if you don't want to make it public, you need to go and take your coach's email and add your coach to that link so that your coach will have access. Because if I just submit a private link here, if I'm a coach and I go there, it's going to be telling me that I don't have access. So ensure that before you share a link, ensure that you give your coach the access to that link. Okay, so someone says, well, will our fitness test be considered late if we just no? We, like we said, we are extending it till Friday night, 11:59 p.m. Watt. We are using the GMT plus one time zone. So you're not late yet until tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. That is the new deadline because we extended the fitness test. So that is it. So ensure you do that. Okay. So okay, what else? What else? I'm basically looking out for questions here to ask to answer. So I think I've answered most of the questions. Okay, the person that asked that question says, but if they deactivate my Gmail, can I still have access to? Just contact, this person, right? They will know how best to do it, right? So if to just answer your question, if your email is deactivated on Slack, it's not going to be affected on the Google Classroom. There are two different platforms. Okay, so yeah, I think I've answered all the questions, and we have taken a lot of time, and your coaches are still here. This is, they have brought out their time to attend, this class. You're not learning anything today, but they are here. It means that they're passionate about you guys. They really want to. They really want to be part of your journey. That's why they are here, right? Because they would have just left after their introduction, but they are still here. So I don't know how you feel, but you might feel, I don't know the word to use, but I want you to feel excited, right? Because the journey is an exciting one, right? I think I've said a lot of things here, but just know that the journey is an exciting one, and it is something that you would not regret doing, okay? So I'm handing over to Idongisit right now. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Ms. Dora, please confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much for the insightful information, and thank you for also answering most of the questions. So Ms. Dora has been able to answer unique questions. So if your question hasn't been answered, it means that it's a frequently asked question, and we have answered it over and over again. So if you're an international student and you've been trying to pay, we're going to find a suitable alternative option for you so that you wouldn't miss out on the cohort. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you to all the students. Thank you to all the coaches, and thank you as well to all team members. I really appreciate the time and the effort that you took out to make it here. God bless you all. And I pray that all of us have the strength and the courage to begin our classes on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to everyone that is on this call, all students that are here. I want to see all these faces at the graduation party in the next 3 months. And I know that it is very, very possible. So I would like to add something to what has been said so far. So as you have joined the classroom, try to make yourself feel at home, try to interact with your classmates. Don't be an island. So just try to interact. If you have a question, you can reach out to your coaches on Slack, and do try to respond as soon as possible. So thank you once again for joining, and I wish you all a lovely night. So if you'll not be added to the classroom, please don't panic. Like we just said, everyone is going to be added to the classroom before Saturday. So no one is missing out on any of the classes. And for the private Slack, you're going to be added as long as you've followed all the instructions in the Google Classroom. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Okay, so if you can still hear me, right? So someone asked a question. For those of you that did not score up to 70% and you really want to continue in the cohort, you have a grace of one more chance, because I know some people might have missed the video and some people might have rushed the video. Don't rush the video and then go and do something that would give your coach headache to grade. Ensure you watch the video properly. Don't watch it as though you're watching a Hollywood movie or a Nollywood movie, right? Ensure you basically go through it as if you're actually taking the course and replicate whatever they ask you to do, and then you will definitely score. Some people are even scoring. I think someone scored 100 over 100 in the fitness test. So if someone can score 100 over 100, you can easily score 70%. And note that your cumulative average starts now. So don't say, oh, let me just pass the test first. Your cumulative average, just like when you enter into school, your year one grade is very important, right? Don't say, let me wait till year two. That your first semester result is like one of the most important. That's the same way it is here, because everything is going to be graded and it is not manually computed. It is the system that will compute the average at the end of the day. So nobody is going to cheat you or is going to miscalculate. It is what you get that you actually get. So if you did not get up to 70%, the grace is for only the people that did not score up to 70%. Don't go and start redoing your own because you want to score 100. It is for people that did not score up to 70. You can redo your assignment, your fitness test, and you can resubmit it for a second time. So thank you very much.
Purchase your tracks today. It's Joel